Good morning, my dear students. Today we can discuss concepts of environment and ecosystem. Learning objectives: to study of nature and the facts about environment, to finding and implementing scientific, technological, economic and political solutions to environmental problems, to study the interrelationship between living organisms and environment, to appreciate the importance of environment by assessing its impact on the human world, to study the dynamic process and understand the features of the earth interior and the surface, to study the integrated themes and biodiversity, natural resources, pollution control and waste management. So these are important topics of environment and ecology. Environment. Environment is defined as the sum of total of all the living and non-living things around us influencing one another. Environmental science, the study of the environment, its biotic and abiotic components and their interrelationship is called environmental science. Whereas environmental education is a process that allows individuals to explore environmental issues, engage in problem solving and take action to improve the environment. Now we can discuss the scope of environmental studies. To get an awareness and sensitivity to the total environment and its related problems, to motivate the mankind in action participation in environment protection and improvement, developing skills to identify and solve environmental related problems, ability to evaluate environmental program in terms of ecological, economic, social, aesthetic and educational factors, to promote the value and necessity of local, national, international solution for environmental problems, to help the public know the real causes of environmental problems and contributes towards solving them, to focus on plans for growth and development through environmental aspects. So these are some of the points of scope of environmental studies. Importance of environmental studies. Through environmental studies, one can understand how attitudes and the values can affect the environment at present as well as in the future. Environmental studies has a direct relation to the quality of life we live. Environmental studies relates to our surroundings which we observe daily but never think seriously. It not only gives more information about environment, but it implies getting right attitudes and values suitable to environmental protection. By teaching environmental studies, the people will understand the concepts of need of development without causing destruction to environment. Environmental studies develop a concern and respect for the environment. It informs the people as to how they can play an effective role in protecting the environment. So these are some of the importance to know for environmental things or environmental studies. Hazardous. A hazardous is an agent which has the potential to cause harm to a vulnerable target. Hazardous can be both natural or human induced. Sometimes natural hazards such as floods and drought can be caused by human activity. Flood can be caused by bad drainage facilities and drought can be caused by over irrigation or overground or groundwater pollution. The terms hazardous and risk are often used interchangeable. So some of the hazardous we can discuss like a physical hazardous, chemical hazardous, biological hazardous. So physical hazardous is a good example: abnormal sound or radiation or high heat, etc. Chemical hazardous, toxic chemicals like DDT, BHC, some of the toxic metals like chromium, cadmium, lead, etc. Biological hazardous like microorganisms, some of them some of the microorganisms like virus, bacteria or microphytes, so etc. These are some of the hazardous species. Ecosystem, a group of organisms interacting among them, and with environment is known as the ecosystem. Ecology is the study of ecosystem or interaction of organisms with their environment. Components of the ecosystem: there are two main components. One is the abiotic component and the biotic component. Abiotic component consists of non-living chemicals and physical components such as water, air, nutrients in the soil, or water and solar energy. Biotic components consist of living components like plants, animals, and microorganisms. So this is again it is splitted, or it is again classified like producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, or it is also known as autotrophers, can make their own food from the components that are obtained from their environment. That is called producers or autotrophers. Producers are the source of all food in an ecosystem. Most producers capture sunlight to make carbohydrates by photosynthesis. Like you see, so the chemical reaction like carbon dioxide, it reacts with water in the presence of solar energy or sunlight. It gives to carbohydrate and water and oxygen. Okay, a few producers, mostly specialized bacteria, can convert simple compounds from their environment into more complex nutrient compounds without sunlight. A process is called chemosynthesis. Okay, without sunlight, that is called chemosynthesis. With sunlight is the photosynthesis. Consumers. So consumers is also known as heterotrophs, are the organisms which depend directly or indirectly on food provided by, or food provided by producers. Consumers are classified like herbivorous, carnivorous, etc. Herbivorous is also known as primary consumers. They feed directly on producers, are known as primary consumers like rabbit, cow, or deer. Carnivorous, they feed on other consumers. If they feed on herbivores, they are called secondary consumer, and if they feed on other carnivores, are known as tertiary consumer. And one more consumer like a omnivorous, they feed on both plants and animals. So and one more thing is detritus feeders, they feed on the parts of dead organisms, so waste of living organisms, their cast off and partially decomposed matter. Example: beetles, termites, and cap decomposers. They are specialized consumers that recycle organic matter in ecosystem. They do this by breaking down dead organic material to get nutrients and releasing the resulting simple organic compounds into the soil and water, where they can be taken up as nutrients by producers. It is the recycling. Macromolecules is converted to smaller nutrients by the decomposers. Some decomposers get the energy they need by breaking down glucose in the absence of oxygen. This form of cellular respiration is known as the anaerobic respiration or fermentation. The end product of this process is compound such as methane, ethanol, or acetic acid, or hydrogen sulfide. So some of the pictures I shown, we easily understand like producers and consumers. So producers, producers are the lowest trophic level in any food chain. They are autotrophs, which means they make their own food. Producers are typically plants, but they can also be other organisms like a phytoplankton, like is the food producers. Consumers, it is I think again herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous, and scavengers. Just see the pictures, it's easily understandable. Ecosystem consists of three nutritional compounds like again producers, consumers, and decomposers. Thank you, students. Today we discussed like ecosystem and their components. So go through this reference, get the more information for this topic. So I suggested like Benny Joseph and Gilbert and Amala Jyoti, some of the reference book. Thank you.